Hey everyone, welcome back. I am finally posting this video. One, I have my new microphone, which is awesome, so you can hear my sinuses in all their glory. And two, I couldn't figure out how it worked, and it was simple as clicking an unmute button. So yay me for science. Anyway, today I am showing you a video of me painting this ladybug that I had taken a picture of under the scanning electron microscope at work. So when I was learning how to use it, I was practicing with different things, and I just pulled this little guy off my windowsill and wanted to kind of adjust all the different settings and stuff to see how it worked. But anyway, here he is, and I'm working with acrylics, and I never really work with acrylics, so this is kind of an interesting medium for me. I have a love-hate relationship with it. I painted a really awesome picture in high school one time with acrylics, and unfortunately it molded, and I don't know what to do with it. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I actually wanted to talk about kind of a sensitive subject. I don't know how people feel about it, but as part of the whole science art shtick I've got going on here, I wanted to kind of address a science question that some people have kind of raised to me. I apologize for my cat. Just, she's kind of in heat right now, and it's annoying. But anyway, so one of the questions, and not really questions, but statements that people make is that, big pharma, they have the cure for cancer and they're hiding it from everybody. And big conspiracy theory, yada, yada, yada. Well, I think that I just wanted to explain from a scientific point of view, being that I work in the pharmaceutical industry, I can tell you, sadly, we do not have the cure for cancer. We are working on cures, plural, for cancer. And I say that because I wanted to explain how cancer kind of worked. So there really is no panacea, or in other words, a cure-all for cancer. We can't just inject you with this magic fluid and say, you're cured. Cancer undergoes a series of many different cell signaling pathways that can't be targeted by one particular cure. So, for example, like breast cancer is way different than brain cancer, which is way different than lung cancer and pancreatic. I mean, you get the point. Our cells are differentiated in those areas. And what that means is, when you hear a lot about stem cell therapy, I mean, I think that's kind of, a big topic right now. But every cell in our body is differentiated based on a stem cell. So our stem cells are formed, and depending on where they travel, that's where they tend to differentiate. Pardon me. They kind of specialize into whatever they're gonna, wherever they're gonna stay. So like a stem cell will form into a brain cell, a stem cell will form into a skin cell, etc. And each of those cells are so different. So your skin cell is not going to act the same way as your brain cell, which isn't going to act the same as your cardiac muscle. It's all so different. So if somebody develops a skin cancer, even those can be way different. And then there's targeted therapies that are so different. People like me and my colleagues, we work tirelessly on these treatments for people as a means to or an alternative to chemotherapy. And if you're not familiar with how chemotherapy works, you just know it exists. Chemotherapy kills everything. It doesn't differentiate between your healthy cells or your cancer cells. And that's why people feel like such crap when they're under chemotherapy, because their healthy cells are dying too. But it's controlled doses so that obviously that we don't kill people. Or I say we, but we don't work on chemotherapy drugs, but you know what I'm saying. So that the medical field doesn't kill people. But anyway, so as an alternative to chemotherapy, there are cancer drugs under development. I mean, not just I mean, by all pharmaceutical companies have some cancer development. And it's meant to target the cancer cell. So instead of like hitting all your cells, it's going to specifically signal that cancer cell or that specific type. So your skin cancer or your breast cancer, it has to target it specifically. Granted, chemo works. It really does. But it has long-term effects on some people. I have a friend who had brain cancer when he was young, and he told me that it affected his the way he remembers things or the way he acts. His moods are different because of the chemotherapy, and he still to this day cannot grow hair. So and this is 20 years later, which sadly that's the result of chemo, but it works. He's alive, he's well, he's in my field and does great. But in order to eliminate those effects, obviously we have our studies where we work on, the targeted stuff so that it's not killing every cell in your body. So the whole argument that, Big Pharma doesn't care about people, they have these treatments and they are hiding them from people, that argument just needs to die. And it's funny when I mention that I work in pharmaceuticals, and like that's one of the first things that people say to me, and they say it with such assuredness, and I just a lot of times I just have to walk away from those conversations because it's like I just told you I work in this field, and you're sitting here telling me to my face that what is correct. I don't know, whatever. And another thing about the whole addressing the pharmaceuticals don't care about people. Well, I just learned this personally. I didn't know about this, but my particular company, I'm sure other companies do this too, but my particular company has a program that works to give free vaccines and free therapies to third world countries. That's free. So if they didn't care about people, they wouldn't be giving them free therapies in third world countries. I mean, that's obviously third world countries can't afford the therapies, so it's like free. But yeah, so I don't know if that changes anyone's opinion of that or what, but I was kind of amazed to hear that because I didn't know that. But that's good. I think that's a good thing. So anyway, I mean, that's kind of my soapbox, but yeah, I work in the field, and I think it's funny when people, they hear I work in the field and then they, get on their soapbox and tell me what they know and think it's the correct thing. But I feel like there was something else I was going to say about it, but I didn't write out a script. This is all like improv, so I apologize. Maybe I'll bring it up in another forum, but this video is almost up, so I'm just going to wrap it up. So anyway, as you can see, he kind of looks like, or is starting to look kind of like a little clown ladybug, which is fine. I think it was a good exercise to do this. Like I said, I don't really work in acrylics. This is basically just copy paper that I printed on a laser printer. So that's toner and in the background, and then just paint on top of it. And the paper held up pretty well. I taped it to a piece of acrylic like paper that you get in a pad. You get the specialized papers for watercolor, multimedia, etc. This was a specific for acrylic, and I had taped it onto that paper just in case something happened where the paper tore or got too wet or something. But it turned out pretty good, and I'm happy with it. So anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up here, and this is was meant to post on Wednesday, but you'll still get your video on Sunday because that one is almost done. And yeah, so look forward to future whatever Wednesday videos, and make sure to subscribe. Use the little red button there in the lower left, and if you want to get alerts for whenever I post these videos, there's a little bell to give you an email there. But anyway, you can also see my soap making and stuff on my website. It's at you can buy my soaps at my Etsy shop at Etsy/shop/leftbrainliz. It's linked in the description. And tune in Sunday for the making of January Ember soap. And have a good day. Bye.